Okay, so this is review from what we did yesterday. We are taking this scale. That's our first ratio, 1 inch over 25 miles. And we're going to say that's equals to what if they are 7 inches apart on the map? Maya? Okay, so you had 7 inches on top. And then 1 times 7, so 25 times 7, you got 175 miles. Very good. So 175 is what I put in the blank right there. Somebody could have told me, right? Yeah. So that's how it should be set up and solved. Did we all get it? I guess. Okay, we got blueprints. We got to figure out this truck, how long it is. What is the actual length of the truck? So that's the long side, right? The longest point. We're using this scale, 1 inch over 1.8 feet. So what do I have to do to figure out the actual length and truck of the truck? I see people doing it. What do you have to do? What? Yeah, we got to count the grids, don't we? We got to count how many squares. That's why we draw these blueprints on grid paper, so then we can use them to help us measure. Each one it says is an inch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that means the truck is 13 inches on the paper. So what do I do? Multiply by 13 on top. So I got to multiply 13 on the bottom. What'd you get, Jeremy? What? 23.4 feet. Not 24.4. 23.4 feet long is that truck. So stuff we've done so far, right? You guys know how to do all that. Uh-oh, is it going to let me do any more, or is it going to kick me out? All right. Converting this banner, it's 4 inches. So what would it be in real life? If you guys have done things like that. Let's look at this one. We talked about this the very first day. We want to find the area of this tennis court. The area in real life, not the area on the drawing. So what do I have to do to figure out the real life area using this scale? What am I going to do? Noah? Do what? No, I just couldn't hear you. I'm not saying you were wrong. We want to convert what? In order to find the area of the tennis court in real life, I need to know what? Don't everybody jump at once. What? Right. What is the length in meters and what is the width in meters? So I got to convert both of those. 10 centimeters would be what in feet and meters? Then I got to do the other one. 6.5 centimeters would be what in meters? You guys are all doing this, right? Okay, what's the length? What's the length of the tennis court? 20 meters. So that's this one. What's the width? No? 13 even? 13 meters. Now, what do I do to find the area, Jeremy? Right, do the length times width. So 20 times 13. What is that? 260 square meters is the area of the tennis court. Okay? All right, so, which leads us to the one right here, the only question in which it is going to be different from what we have done with maps and scale models. Okay? So, here's what we are doing. We got a city, a map that has two cities. They are 7 inches apart on this map using this scale. 1 inch equals 20 miles. So if I use that scale, these two cities are 7 inches apart. We don't know how many miles that is, though, do we? All right. You are making your own map, and we want to use a scale of 2 inches equals 35 miles. So what do we want? What do we do to figure out how many inches apart city A would be from city B using the new scale? Whew. That's tricky, isn't it? So let's just think about this. If I'm making my own 2 inches over 35 miles, and I'm trying to figure out how far apart city A and city B are, that means I'm looking for the inches on my map. How far do I draw them in inches on my map? In order to do that, what do I need? What do I need to finish my proportion to solve this problem? Come on, people. What do I need to finish this proportion? Lorelai? What? Okay, so what do I need to fill this spot right here on this proportion? Noah? I'm going to use that 7 inches here in a minute. What do I need to fill this proportion down here? We don't have it yet, do we? What do I need? I need to know what? Come on, if inches is on top, what's on bottom? Miles. So I need to know how many miles these two cities are from one another, don't I? We don't have that yet, though, do we? So I'm going to use their scale, their map, to figure out how many miles they are apart. So that's 1 inch over 20 miles equals 7 inches over what? That we don't know. So do it. 1 times 7, 20 times 7 is what? Matthew? 140 miles. So now that I know it's 140 miles between those two cities, I can finish my proportion for my scale and figure out how far apart I need to draw mine. So this one's a little different, isn't it? We didn't just multiply by 7. What do I have to do? No? right? We got to work backwards. 140 divided by 35. That gets me what? 4. So we divided by 4 down on the bottom. So what am I going to do on top? When I turn around, come back the other way? Multiply by 4. That gives me 8 inches. I need my cities on my map to be 8 inches apart using my scale. That's a rough question, isn't it? Yes, I know. All right. So that is everything that we have on here. You got a map, tells you the distance in inches. You got to convert to miles. It's got some blueprints. Okay, 1 inch represents 2 feet, so that's your scale. They want you to figure out the width of the dining room and then figure out his error. So it's everything we've done so far. How many square feet of flooring is needed for the entire bedroom floor? Well, the bedroom is a nice rectangle. We got, if it's saying how many square feet of flooring is needed, we got to calculate the area of that bedroom, right? So let's do that. Let's calculate the area of that bedroom. We are using that scale, it looks like. We are using 1 inch equals 6 feet. So in order to calculate the area, what else do I need? What else do I need? I need to know what the length and the width are. So what is the length and the width of my drawing? The length is 3 inches, right? So how many feet would that be? 1 times 3, so 6 times 3 is 18 feet. So the length is 18 feet in that room. What's the width? Well, we're going to do another proportion. 1 over 6 equals, what's the width? 2 inches. 1 times 2, 6 times 2 is 12 feet. So the room is 18 by 12. So now I can calculate the area of the room. What's the area of the room? How do we calculate the area of the room? Mm-hmm. We already calculated the length and the width of the room. We converted those to feet. So the room is 18 feet by 12 feet. So now how do I find the area of the room? Now add, multiply, length times width. And Matt, what do we get? 216 square feet. 216 square feet. Right? Now the challenge question, you're going to have a challenge one, number 11. It's going to say, okay, let's say that we are buying flooring. It cost $4 per square foot. So how much is it going to cost to put carpet in that bedroom? What do you think? What's it going to cost to put carpet in that bedroom if it costs $4 per square foot and I got 216 square foot? What'd you get, Noah? How did we calculate that? Right, we just multiply those two numbers. And you said, what do we get? $864 is what it would cost just to carpet that one room. Make sense? So these are not all going to be nice, easy, one proportion. Some of these you're going to have to use multiple proportions, even a step beyond the two proportions. So you guys get to try them now.